Shalom. Welcome to the Jewish Task Force, JTF. My name is Chaim Ben Pesach. This program is dedicated to Refuah Shlema, a complete recovery, for Julia J., Bob Mittman, Sarah Bat Zvi, and Ruth Capuano. Barack Hussein Obama is responsible for more than doubling the price of gasoline. When you go to purchase gasoline at the gas station, you're paying more than double what you paid when Obama first took office. And it is Obama's policies that have created this problem. But first of all, I just want to ask a simple question. If a Republican president had been responsible for doubling the price of gasoline since the time he's in office, in just 3 years, doubling the price of gasoline, can you imagine what the news media would be doing to that Republican president? Can you imagine the hysterical criticism? Can you imagine what would happen to his popularity and his approval ratings in the polls? Look at the double standard of the left-wing media and how they cover up with their bias for their evil candidate, Barack Hussein Obama. Obama has pursued policies that have ensured that the price of gasoline will double. And you're going to see, by the way, massive increases in future years if Obama, God forbid, is reelected. Tremendous increases in the price of gasoline. It's part of his administration policy. His own energy secretary said that he favors gasoline prices at the level of Europe and Israel and other countries in the Western world where gasoline prices are $8 or $9 a gallon in some cases. That's what they think is the appropriate price for gasoline. And the number one reason why these prices have gone up so much is actually because of the administration's war on coal, on clean coal. I know that Republican candidates and Republicans speak mainly about drilling for oil, but that is not what would affect the price as much as clean coal. The answer to America's energy crisis is clean coal. America has enough coal to supply all of her energy needs for at least the next 500 years. Everything we need in energy we could get from coal for the next 500 years. And when I say clean coal, we now have technological means to develop coal in a very clean way. It's far more clean than when we use oil or other products that we're using now. Coal actually is very, very clean when the proper technology is used. And in all of the new plants, the proper technology is being used. We have the coal to set this country free economically and in terms of energy, and actually to even make America a net energy exporter. America could actually become the Saudi Arabia of coal and export clean energy, clean coal to the whole world. This is something that America could do if America would just develop her coal resources. Mitt Romney, the Republican candidate for president, who seems almost certain to win the Republican presidential nomination, has promised that he will support the development of clean coal. I hope that he will do so. I hope he'll do so aggressively. I think his policies on energy will be a lot better than those of Barack Hussein Obama. Obama is deliberately trying to destroy the coal industry. He is deliberately using the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, to regulate coal out of business. He has a war on clean coal because his friends in other energy industries have contributed heavily to his campaigns, and he is committed to destroying coal. He's against mining and developing coal, even though, again, it is one of the cleanest forms of energy we could develop now with new technology. It is extremely clean. And it is cost effective. With the prices of oil as they are now, clean coal has now become quite cost effective. Of course, we can make even greater technological advances, and if we had a major all-out program to pursue clean coal and to make it our major energy source, we could develop coal that would be so clean that it would have no effect on virtually no effect on the environment whatsoever. We would actually be reducing pollution with many new clean coal technologies, and we can continue to develop more and more clean coal technologies. But the Obama administration is against that. They've been fighting that. And they've been trying to regulate coal out of business and destroying the coal industry. And trying to impose upon all types of industries forms of energy that are much more expensive, that are much less efficient, and that deepen our dependence upon Muslim terrorist oil. Obama, the Muslim Jew hater, always defends his friends in the Muslim oil-producing countries. Remember, he bowed before the Saudi Muslim terrorist king, that Saudi king who financed the 9/11 murder of 3,000 Americans, and a regime which to this day calls for the destruction of America on Saudi television all the time. They preach terrorism, genocide, jihad, and the destruction of the United States. They call the 19 Muslim terrorists who attacked the Twin Towers on 9/11 and who attacked the Pentagon and murdered 3,000 innocent Americans, they call them the Magnificent 19 on Saudi television. They have telethons raising money for terrorists on Saudi television. Barack Hussein Obama bowed before the Saudi Nazi king. And I'm not saying the Republicans are blameless in this. George W. Bush also was bowed down on his hands and knees before the Saudis, not as much as Obama, but he also had a policy of appeasing Saudi terrorism and Muslim terrorism. America can become completely energy independent and can become a net exporter of energy if we develop clean coal. And of course there are other resources that should also be developed. There's no question about that. And I'm not against other clean technologies. I'm not against wind or solar or water or other products that can be created from crops and from waste, and all types of things can be done to produce energy. I'm all for that. I'm all for the research into that. I'm all for using everything we can. But those are not enough right now to completely make the United States energy independent and the Western world energy independent. Clean coal can do that. And so it's essential that Obama be defeated for re-election. Do you really want 4 more years of doubling of gasoline prices? Are you better off than you were 4 years ago when you go to fill up a tank of gas for your car or your truck or your vehicle? Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Has Obama improved things for you or made things worse? He has more than doubled the price of gasoline since he's been in office, and he plans to do it again if, God forbid, he's reelected to a second term. We can't afford 4 more years of Barack Hussein Obama. If you want the American people to hear the real truth about what's going on in this election, the politically incorrect truth, then join our historic forum and help us expose this truth. The link to the forum is below, and by the way, you don't have to be Jewish to join the Jewish Task Force Forum. About half of our members are not Jewish. Hope to see you on the forum. Shalom.